Welcome. You're back with the Nasty Pastor with another full reading, another chapter reading from the Holy Bible, from one of the books that Moses wrote, that whom we pray to inspire Moses to sit down and write it out. You got what I'm saying? In a language, in a way that is identifiable to the tribulations that you're going to go through in your life. You got what I'm saying? Look, it's been fun doing these readings, and I'm enjoying them because everything's connecting. I'm really enjoying them. You know what I mean? And you know, right now we're more than halfway through. We're on chapter 30 right now. You know what I mean? As of right now, we're looking at 22 more chapters, 20 more chapters to go, and we're out of this. You know what I mean? So to be, quite honest with you, this can carry me to the end of the year. You know what I mean? It's 52 weeks in a year. I release one every week. You feel what I'm saying? This can carry me all the way to the end of December. You know what I mean? And I did say I'm gonna turn up, I'm gonna speed it up, I'm gonna start releasing them twice a week. You know what I mean? I may not. I kind of like the pace of where I'm at right now because I'm able to get a lot of other projects done. But look, I ain't gonna keep talking to you about too much of that. We here for this reading, and please, before we get started, put a like on my YouTube channel, Only Faith Ministries. You know what I mean? Subscribe. Comment. You see something over there you want to share, please share it. Put it somewhere else for viewers that I can't get to or that don't trust my knowledge and wisdom, but will give a chance because you share it. You feel what I'm saying? Go and put it over there. And chapter 30, I don't see a title for chapter 30, so it falls up. I don't see a title, for chapter 30, so it falls up under the children of Jacob. But starting off with chapter 30, now when Rachel saw that she bore Jacob no children, Rachel envied her sister and said to Jacob, "Give me children or else I die." And Jacob's anger was aroused against Rachel, and he said, "Am I in the place of God, who has withheld from you the fruit of the womb?" So she said, "Here is my maid Bilhah. Go into her, and she will bear a child on my knees, that I also may have children by her." Then she gave him Bilhah, her maid, as wife, and Jacob went into her. And Bilhah conceived and bore Jacob a son. Then Rachel said, "God has judged my case, and he has also heard my voice and given me a son." Therefore she called his name Dan. Now let me say this, first let me hold my position where I'm at. Yeah, we'll be starting with verse 7 when I kick back in. And with my ex-wife, I had no kids by her, and the first time we had sex, I put a rubber on. After that, I never wore a rubber, and I never pulled back out. You got what I'm saying? She said her tubes was tied, so I said, "Good, I ain't got to pull out." You got what I'm saying? But whom I prayed to didn't allow me to have a child by that woman. You got what I'm saying? And from my understanding, when that woman was out doing her fornicating, doing her cheating, you know what I mean, she had a baby on me. You got what I'm saying? She had an abortion, but she had a baby on me. You feel what I'm saying? So it wasn't meant for me to have any kids by her. And when I said thank you, I'm not saying it to put this woman down or anything like that, but I say thank you because it was easy to get out of my marriage. if I had a child by her, it would have been a whole lot more stuff that we would have had to present in front of a judge, to do in front of a judge, that I wouldn't even really want to go through, for real, honestly speaking to you, because I would have spoke up about some things that I let go. In other words, I won't leave my child with this woman. You got what I'm saying? As a disabled man, my child was coming up out that home when I came up out that home. And I'm going to leave it at that. And Rachel made Bilhah conceive again and bore Jacob a second son. Then Rachel said, with great wrestlings I have wrestled with my sister, and indeed I have prevailed. So she called his name Naphtali. When Leah saw that he had stopped burning, she took Zilpah, her maid, and gave her to Jacob as wife. And Leah's maid Zilpah bore Jacob a son. Then Leah said, a troop comes. So she called his name Gad, G-A-D. And Leah's maid Zilpah bore Jacob a second son. Then Leah said, I am happy, for the daughters will call me blessed. So she called his name Asher. Now Reuben went in the days of wheat harvest and found mandrakes in the field and brought them to his mother Leah. Then Rachel said to Leah, please give me some of your son's mandrakes. But she said to her, is it a small matter that you have taken away my husband? Would you take away my son's mandrakes also? And Rachel said, therefore he will lie with you tonight for your son's mandrakes. When Jacob came out of the field in the evening, Leah went out to meet him and said, you must come in to me, for I have surely hired you with my son's mandrakes. And he lay with her that night. And God listened to Leah, and she conceived and bore Jacob a fifth son. Leah said, God has given me my wages, because I have given my maid to my husband. So she called his name Issachar. Then Leah conceived again and bore Jacob a sixth son. And Leah said, God has endowed me with a good endowment. Now my husband will dwell with me, because I have borne him 6 sons. So she called his name Zebulun. After she bore a daughter and called her name Dinah, then God remembered Rachel, and God listened to her and opened her womb. And she conceived and bore a son, and said, God has taken away my reproach. So she called his name Joseph, and said, the Lord shall add to me another son. Now verse 25 has a title that said Jacob's agreement with Laban. And it came to pass when Rachel had born Jacob, that Jacob said to Laban, send me away, that I may go to my own place and to my country. Give me my wives and my children, for whom I have served you, and let me go. For you know my service which I have done for you. And Laban said to him, please stay, if I have found favor in your eyes, for I have learned by experience that the Lord has blessed me for your sake. Now I'm going to pause right there for a minute, and we'll resume on 28. But you see that part where it said the Lord has blessed me for your sake? You feel me? That means that person that the Lord blessed was only blessed because of the friendship, the binding, the relationship between that other person. You got what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna just go on and put it to you like this, right? There's some women I've messed with that until I entered into their life was downhill or was at a stagnant position. When I tell you I know what I bring to the table, I bring a whole lot to the table. Yeah, I get pissed, I get mad, I get how to put it, I ain't gonna say jealous. I ain't gonna say vindictive. I get how to put it. Um, um, Spoiled. You got what I'm saying? Where that there are certain things I expect, because there are certain things I'm giving, and if this the right way to sum it up is this right here. What I give my woman is what I respect in return. Point blank, period. If I don't tell you no, I don't want to hear no. You feel me? If I'm sitting here breaking my back, being the best man I could be to you, I need you to be the best woman you could be to me. And if those the grounds that we can't play on anymore, or those are shaky grounds that you can't commit to, then let's just be friends. You feel me? Friends. I don't have to be your lover. You got what I'm saying? Then he said, name me your wages and I will give it. So Jacob said to him, you know how I have served you and how your livestock has been with me. For what you had before I came was little, and it was increased to a great amount. The Lord has blessed you since my coming, and now I also provide for my own house. So he said, what shall I give you? And Jacob said, you shall not give me anything. If you would do this thing for me, I will again feed and keep your flocks. Let me pass through all your flock today, removing from there all the speckled and spotted sheep, and all the brown ones among the lambs, and the spotted and speckled among the goats, and these shall be my wages. Now let's pause right there for a minute, you know, to back things up, you know what I mean? You know, being blessed could come at having some peace in your life. It's not so much about materialistic things. It could be just because I'm with this woman, it brought some structure in her house where that she was raising two young boys. You feel what I'm saying? Who fathers really won't dare to teach them anything. You got me? That's being blessed. That somebody with some common sense know how to treat your kids, know how to raise these boys into some men. And yeah, I'm going to pat myself on the back. I'm going to toot my horn because I know what I raised. I know what I instilled in them. I know what I said to them. I know what I explained to them. And I seen it before I left that household what the oldest boy was doing with himself. What the oldest boy understood that I taught him. I taught him how to save money. I taught him how to respect himself. I taught him how to go out in these streets and respect others. I taught him how to help his younger brother. You got what I'm saying? I taught him how helping your younger brother take a burden off your mother having to help him. It helps. And if anybody need to do it, being that you're in a position, you have no kids, you have no rent, you got what I'm saying? All you had was a car that you had to put insurance on. You feel what I'm saying? You got plenty of money left over. Help your brother. So my righteousness will answer for me in time to come when the subject of my wages comes before you. Everyone that is not speckled and spotted among the goats and brown among the lambs will be considered stolen if it is with me. And Laban said, oh, that it were according to your word. So she removed that day the male goats and were speckled and spotted. All the female goats that were speckled and spotted, everyone that had some white in it, and all the brown ones among the lambs, and gave them into the hand of his sons. Then he put 3 days' journey between himself and Jacob fed the rest of Laban's flocks. Now Jacob took for himself rods of green poplar and of the almond and chestnut trees, peeled white, which was in the rods. And the rods which he had peeled, he set before the flocks in the gutters, in the watering troughs, where the flocks came to drink. so that they should conceive when they came to drink. So the flocks conceived before the rods, and the flocks brought forth streaked, speckled, and spotted. Then Jacob separated the lambs and made the flocks face toward the street, and all the brown in the flock of Laban. But he put his own flocks by themselves, and did not put them with Laban's flock. And it came to pass, whenever the stronger livestock conceived, that Jacob placed the rods before the eyes of the livestock in the gutters, that they might conceive among the rods. But when the flocks were feeble, he did not put them in. So the feebler were Laban's, and the stronger Jacob's. Thus the man became exceedingly prosperous, and had large flocks, female and male servants, and camels and donkeys. Peep this out, right? What you learned today? What, if you really paid attention to this reading, if you really paid attention to the examples that I've given you, what you learned today? Have you ever been in a relationship that started going up? Have you ever left that relationship and that relationship failed? Look, you were the blessed one. You understand me? You were the one that brought the blessings to the table. Now I will say this, even if the relationship failed and the woman life still spiraling up, you were there for a season to give that woman some help, to wake that woman up, to get that woman on the right path, because somewhere she failed. And how to put it, her insecurities of who she are as a woman, who she are as a mother, was low. You feel me? You get it? That's why I say, if you go check out the Love and Respect Experience, I tell you over there, I didn't fail my marriage. And my marriage didn't fail me because I learned something and I grew within my marriage. If you're getting a lesson out of it, if you're growing from it, then how did it fail? How did it fail? Anywho, once again, I am the Nasty Pastor. Please go to my YouTube channel, Only Faith Ministries. Please like, share, subscribe, comment, run it up. Let's do this. You got what I'm saying? We got babies coming. You feel me? We got babies coming up on this social media platform at the end of 2024, at the beginning of 2025. Run it up so they can see this, so we can what? Carry this on. We could let this evolve. We could give them some truth. We could bring them into the light. Look, I'm out in the light.